there is a Kenya Twitter, something. So from that handle, you know that the Kenyans are actually saying something and leadership would want to listen. But it's not the same in Ghana. How do we increase the credibility of citizens to engage?
I think even before we go to the tech, because tech is just an enabler, it's not the solution to everything. It's just a tool to enable us, and that's why we as Kenyans have used Twitter, because it's just something that's available to be able to try and make our voices heard. And I think it all also boils down to just what should I say? It's like there needs to be a shift on so people can wake up. I tend to think we are too comfortable. Before 2007, Kenyans were just comfortable. Yeah, I remember 2002 we all voted out the regime that had ruled 24 years and everybody was happy. When you brought in multi-party mess, there was a whole national alliance, I think coalition, who are all happy. But again, we conformed and sat and were comfortable with the kind of crap that people were doing. Because it was a coalition, everybody was there to eat, everybody was there to just feed themselves and forget their politics. But then again, came down to 2007, and that's after the post-election where people realized, actually, these people don't care about us. These people are just there to just enrich themselves and own everything in the country. We all own. You go there, vote. You go there, slaughter each other, and you're a neighbor. You've been living there with someone for like 20 years, and then they just wake up there the next day and they are busy butchering you. So that was, I think, something that made people wake up and realize you're actually on your own, and that means you need to do your part, so that at least, as much as anything happens, you know you actually did it. It's not like you didn't try. And so I think after that, people started, and then started having peace caravans going around the country, just talking to people. Remember, it's not about that, but those guys will talk crap about each other. By the end of it all, in the evening, they will meet at a restaurant and they are best friends. Which is exactly what happened. And people started even taking photos of them doing such kind of things. Like, yeah, guys, during the day they were all, you could see clearly they were enemies. But at night, they're busy having coffee with each other. Their children are not in school in Kenya. You know, they're all in the UK and they're having fun and all that stuff. So people started talking about it. And as much as we kind of think the media was okay till at a given time where it just...
Are we together, please?
Yeah, I'm saying we tried our best in terms of just, even the media that time, was kind of involved. You can say it was kind of involved in 2007, and just at least just being able to show people you need to play the part. Then what happened down the line, things went south. But hey, after that, that's when now the Twitter revolution and people just getting engaged. I mean, I read the manifesto before I did it. I was just, I feel like I did one of the best things I've ever done in life. Read a manifesto. And I remember when we were voting that time, it stopped being tribal lines. He said, we, the ones who are educated and at least enlightened, we were able to know, I actually need to vote this person in for the to do this one. And when you go back home, for some of us end up voting where you born, you see your parents telling you you have to vote this because your parent is basically going on that side because they're tribal. So, and I remember arguing with my mother and going like, no, I'm not going to vote that way. And she was like, no. This house, you all need to vote this way. I was like, yeah, you will vote that way. I'll vote that way. It's like, no. You guys are becoming rebellious. This age of technology is making you rebellious. I was like, yeah, it's fine. But you can see what happened after all that. People were able to vote in a different line. And even right now, it's so bad. Most of the people, either governors or senators or MPs who are in power, they know they're not coming back again. Like they already know. It's so bad, they're already going out. Like especially out of the CBD, Nairobi, the governor of Nairobi is no longer campaigning in Nairobi. He no longer talks. He's going outside to the rural areas, but that's when he can at least try to tell them, yeah, I think I can get something here. But he already knows. It's so bad. They've been trying to find a way to just kick him out now. Because people like the think he's done zero, but that's because of awareness. Again, going back to the people who are well informed, the lawyers, people who understand all these things, just taking time off their busy schedule and saying, guys, let's discuss the constitution, this article, and they'll go breaking it down, so you start understanding what exactly is going on. So I think it starts by understanding that we have a role to play, especially we who are here. We are young. you know what's going on, you know all these things about doom, so you know what people could be done. Start talking about it on Twitter, start talking about it even at home, start enlightening and talking to people, try to make them understand what exactly is happening. And then from them, when someone understands the problem, then definitely the solution starts coming up.
Okay, but I see light at the end of the tunnel. I see a day that some activism on Twitter would help us maybe get to the Kenya situation. It may take a while, but that awakening would one day.
And I think, I also think it's not just, and the scenarios are different. I'll give an example. The Northern Revolution. People went to the streets, Egypt, Tunisia, and all that.
Yeah.
That will never work in Kenya. We all know that. Nobody will wake up and I will wake up and go like, no, so we call it Twitter revolution, we call it activists on our computers, so that's what we can do. But no one will wake up and just go start fighting with tear gas and police. We all know we can't do that. So I think the scenarios are different. There just needs to be that thing that fires out.
Okay, Adam.
Yes, talking about how to create, I think that the first thing is we have to reorient ourselves, and that is where the NCC and also the media will come in again. And about awareness and citizens' participation in public protest and all that, I would want to use the Occupy Ghana example first. Yeah. The first time that Occupy Ghana went onto the street, I thought that it was a wonderful idea that for the first time, people who ordinarily would have been sitting in their air-conditioned offices thought it wise to also be part of the public protest. But you know, events afterwards showed that, I mean, all these people, or most of them actually also have their Eden or their parochial interests. Some of them, I understand, have declared intentions of contesting for MPs and all of that. So before we can support such movements, for example, you know, the Doomsaw demonstration, the Wombo that the NPP led some few days ago. Ordinarily, I could have participated because for me, I think that the Doomsaw nonsense is something that leadership must be held accountable for. But by the mere fact that, I mean, it's a political party that is leading it and they are going to be doing it for their political advantage, I will not take part in it. Can we have genuine, I mean, neutral people, patriots, people who march onto the street, people who will speak on radio, who will take on leadership, and we know that they are doing that in a very genuine manner, not for their political gains or something. We can. And most of the civil society organizations that we have, you are either pro-NDC or you are pro-MPP, and our media houses too are same. I certainly cannot find any neutral paper now, even the Daily Graphic, we cannot say where they are belonging to, the Times and all that. So, if you follow regularly the way and manner in which they give their reportage, I mean, we all come to the same event, but the way and manner in which it's reported in the various papers shows that as a country, I think that the polarization has become just too much, and that is one thing that we must address. If not, no matter who believes in the protest or any revolution, we will not be able to pay serious attention to the person, because in our mind, probably right after the revolution, the person will also pick up phones to contest for president or something after you can't contesting. So why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I just think, and it's very hard for me because I don't necessarily think that politics is bad. I think politics can be a force for good. And from my experience, the way politics has been conceptualized out there is almost as if when I go to the hospital, the doctor can just tell me that I am a Republican, I am a Democrat, this is what I believe, this is what I believe. And it's almost as if he's telling me he supports Barcelona or Chelsea. You know, it does not have to evoke the kind of negative trends that we have in the country. I don't know how we are going to get there, but if we can view politics as an instrument for good rather than an instrument within a negative frame, that would be good. So that even if NPP is organizing a virtual demonstration or NDC is organizing a demonstration, and I believe in that ideal that they are doing, I should feel free enough to be able to participate in that particular demonstration and still go home all right. Because after all, if the problem is solved, we all benefit from it. You know, so I don't know how we can get there, but if we are able to break that jinx and solve it, and I don't know if it goes to the issue of political culture, political socialization, and how we can achieve those two things. You know, because I think that politics is one of the most noble professions in the world, and it is an opportunity for you to serve your community and to make a change, you know, in your society. It should not be the fact that, and there are people who can decide that because I believe in this particular ideal, in this election, I am going to vote for this particular political party. And they might even believe in the ideal so much that they will publicly support the political party, and nobody casts a stereotype or looks down upon them just because in this election they decide to support Rick Santoro, Mike Huckabee, Marco Rubio. You know, they are issue-based people. I know people personally in the US who are just issue-based voters. You know, they look at the issues and they decide that I am running with this person. So the same person in the next election, they abandon another person just because the issues don't resonate with them. So if we can sensitize ourselves, you know, from the schools, from the churches, from our civil society organizations, the government has a responsibility, has a role to play to be what we call it, tolerant. Okay, very, very tolerant of divergent political views. So that if I go on my Facebook page and I express my views on it, the next time I shouldn't see my picture in the newspaper because I've said something on my Facebook page which the government disagrees with. I shouldn't see my picture on the newspaper saying that I dated some girl in high school or something, or tracing my personal history, you know, trying to attack me, you know, and to silence me. Those are some of the ways in which freedom of expression is being curtailed in Ghana in a very subtle way, and we don't know. We think we are free. You then go and say something. The next time there are so many examples all over the place. AC and all of them been attacked. Some of them sent to the office in their homes, and so many things. You know. So I just think that if we are able to break that jinx, you know, then we can have a way forward. And there are so many that we can call our representatives as well. We just had a State of the Nation address. There is nothing wrong with us taking the address, 2014 address, 2015 address, and doing a comparison analysis. I just started it, and those are some of the results I shared with CTFM. Okay, in 2014, you said you were going to do the community health, the CHIPS compounds. You said in 2013, said it in 2014, and it's nowhere in 2015. So where's the update? In 2013, you said you were going to increase something about inter-schools, sports, inter-schools competitions and all that. You mentioned in 2013, vanished in 2014, vanished in 2015. The teacher training college, you said you were going to establish satellite campuses for long-distance education. You mentioned it in 2014, there's no follow-up in 2015. When it comes to certain things, so the government is making efforts to improve. Last day, they said they're making efforts to improve. 2015, they are making efforts to improve. At this time, objectives, they are not measurable. And then we can then launch an online campaign tracking the state of the nation. You can launch the campaign online, launch it on Twitter, and then take it to the government and tell them this is what you did. Spread the information, have leaflets, and then write to our representatives, participate in local government meetings. I don't know how many of us have participated in district assembly meetings, and present a paper or a position on it, on what we think about. And that is the way that we can get people, others to hear about that. We can't just depend on the political parties alone.